up to par? Well, help is on the way. Please welcome today's guest, health and wellness coach, Linda Baier, to the program. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you, Lana. I appreciate the invite.
It's so good to have you with us. Now, Linda, a coach is usually someone, this is in football, they write down the plays or they write down the instructions and then they keep you on course.
Right.
Is that about what we're coaching?
Definitely. A coach is really to help somebody to move forward in their life. And it could be on the football field, but it can also be with our lifestyle or in the matter of Isaiah's Way Nutrition. It's really about nutrition, healing, and health.
Okay, the name of her company, she just said it, is Isaiah's Way Nutrition. Yeah. And this is a very unusual name, but I like it a lot. Now, why did you choose Isaiah's Way, Linda?
Well, I think I have to give you a little history first. And
okay.
Actually, Isaiah's Way Nutrition came to be when I first really started my journey to natural health.
Okay.
And back in 2006, actually, my husband died. And he died of multiple complications due to obesity. And so at that point in my life, as you know, when somebody experiences something like that, you're just really looking at everything that's going on in your life. And I had some health issues of my own. And so what I started doing was researching ways of eating. And I always had the feeling that, what you put in your body, it needs to be good and it needs to be pure. And so I started researching and actually hired a coach to come into my kitchen and help me get rid of all the bad food or what we talk about as processed or refined foods and really introduce new healthy choices. So at that point in my life, I started about maybe a month or two after that, I started feeling better than I had in probably 10 years. And I became actually off of all my prescription drugs.
Okay.
I took a few. I was, did the Advil, and I was on synthetic hormones. Also, tons of allergy medicine, and I'm free of any kind of prescription drugs right now.
Okay, back to our question. Yes. What about Isaiah's Way?
Okay,
where did you come up with the name Isaiah's Way?
Isaiah's Way came to be, and actually it was literally put into my lap by God, really. I was sitting open, my Bible was open, and I had been recently laid off from a job, and I was in that mode of really soul searching and trying to get to understand what I was going on, what I was going to be doing. And actually, because of my husband, I truly felt at some point that God would put me in line with helping people with their nutrition or helping people lose weight. So Isaiah 55, which is in the Bible, came to be right in my lap. And I'm reading it one day, and actually Isaiah 55, 2 and 3 are the verses that really hit me at that moment. And it says, why are you eating food that does not give you strength? Why are you eating food why are you buying food that does no good for you? Listen to me. I will tell you what will give you life. And I paraphrase that. But
that became to be just a perfect name for your company.
Yes, it did. And I truly believe that God is our healer, and also we need to be eating the food that He intended us to eat, which is real and all natural foods.
Okay, now, so you've told us a little bit about your history, that you needed a coach, you had a coach. So does it help the clients to know that you've been there?
Yes, it does.
You can really tell them.
It does, and I continue on my journey of healing myself with natural and whole foods. So I continually I'm able to learn things that are helping my clients.
As you go along.
As I go along, definitely.
Okay, now Linda, what would a consultation with you consist of? Well, how do you begin? Someone comes in now, and by the way, this is free.
Right, that first initial consultation is free, and we typically would do it on the phone, where I would would send them a health history form. They would fill that information out, send that back to me, and all of that is easily accessed on my website. And then I get together with them either on the phone in person in my office, and we just go through what their goals are. What are the things that they really want for their life and their health? And so we pinpoint goals, and then we move forward into that coaching process.
Now, you also offer group and corporate programs, and I know this could be very helpful because, hey, the employees would be less absent.
Yes, definitely.
Productivity.
Exactly. And how the sessions go, I do 2 sessions a month, and there's a number of topics that we go through, all to help them in a process and building a resource for the rest of their lives. Now, as far as the corporate coaching, I just finished a program at a company in Covington. I had 12 students in this class, and I took them through the same process. And it was a little bit shorter. Typically, I'll do a 4-month or a 6-month program. We did a 3-month program, and it really was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and they got a lot out of it.
I'm sure they did.
And yes, it would help companies that are looking for adding a nutrition program to their already established wellness program.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Linda, I get a lot, this is just a question that I have for you that comes in all the time. We get a lot of baby boomer viewers.
Yeah.
This is for you. A lot of you write, what can I do about my arthritis?
Okay, that's a
Give
big
us
one,
few
Lana.
No, just give us a few,
Well,
in general.
Yes, definitely. Really, number one is to get off processed and refined foods. These foods really don't have any nutritional value to them to start with. So to get more energy and nutrients and minerals into your body, it's going to help joint pain. It's going to help issues or digestive issues, which are creating the joint pain.
Okay.
So I would say number one, start eating real food. And that's really my passion. My passion is really to educate people on how to
About food.
reclaim real food back into their lives.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk then about 6 ways that we can increase our energy, Linda, because she has a little health letter that, let's take a look at this. And in the center column are 6 fast ways to produce energy. So I want her to go over these. We all want more energy, or we should. So, Linda, talk about,
Yeah.
well, you just said eat real food. You want
Right, eat real
to
food.
get rid of the processed
Exactly. And these are mostly things that I tell people right up front. And it's not always about depriving ourselves. It's bringing in the good food, and then the bad foods will just be crowded out of our lives. So 6 things that I typically say is eating real food, eat dark leafy greens. And I know a lot of people aren't crazy about greens like kale and chard, but they are beautiful, nutrient-dense foods that you can eat, and recipes, I have tons of recipes, or you can do and put them in your smoothies. And then put added fruit to help with the taste and so forth. Using gentle sweets.
May
Yes.
I answer and may I ask and answer a question? What is the most nutrient rich of the greens?
Kale.
I wanted to answer that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
What is it?
Kale. I let the expert took over. It is kale. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now here we go.
I wasn't listening.
Now,
Okay.
how about use gentle sweet?
Yes, using
Now,
gentle
tell us
sweets.
what a gentle sweet is.
A gentle sweet is more of a natural sweetener. Not a refined. Anything refined has been depleted of nutrients. So honey, 100% maple syrup. I use, one of my favorites is coconut crystals. And so it's all natural, organic, and it sweetens like your oatmeal in the morning.
And it really
things like
does
that.
sweeten.
It does.
Okay,
It does. I like
okay.
sweet.
Okay.
Another one would be evaluate the amount of animal food that you are taking. So reducing or eliminating, depending on what your body calls for. I go by what we call bioindividuality. Everybody has their own lifestyle needs, and everybody has their own food needs. And so I, for one, when it comes to beef. All I had to do was reduce it. My body does call for animal proteins, but all I had to do was reduce the amount of beef that I was taking in, and I felt a lot better. So I help people get in, almost really get intuitive to their body, what their body is telling them, and that's how we figure out what food.
Go forward.
Yeah.
Okay, now, here is the big one: reduce or eliminate caffeine.
Yes. I'm not a coffee drinker, so it's not always easy for me to relate, but I know a lot of people are ingesting a lot of caffeine, and typically what that tells you is that you are missing some type of nutrient-dense mineral or nutrient that you need in your body, so we're reaching for
The caffeine?
to replace that feeling that we don't have enough energy.
Let me ask you this. I hear so much controversy about coffee. I hear it's a great antioxidant. They say this on all the major, and then I've heard where it is absolutely a calcium depletion.
Right.
So drink, beverage. So what are you saying about coffee?
Well, and you know,
I know you don't
I'm
drink
not,
it,
yeah,
but-
and I'm
but-
not a coffee expert. All I know is that if you're adding something that's synthetic or not natural to your body, then our bodies are going to react to it.
Okay.
And this is a perfect segue into why people work with a health coach. It's because just what you said. One day we're hearing all these benefits about different foods,
Yes.
such as caffeine, and the next day we're hearing that it causes something that's going to harm your body.
Right.
So I come from a place of let's find out how your body reacts to certain foods, and let's go by what your body tells you.
Excellent.
And that makes it really a safe way to figure these things out.
Excellent.
And then I think number 6 actually is the most important thing, is
Okay.
drink more water.
Okay. Why is that so important?
We are a nation that is so dehydrated.
Okay.
And the more water that we can fill our bodies, good, clean, purified water, the more we're going to actually be able to drop weight. If you just add water to your body, it detoxifies your body. Add a little lemon in the morning, and it's a great detoxing tea.
What about lemon? Like a lot of my girlfriends, when we go out, they always have lemon. In fact, they say they don't drink water without lemon. Is that too much lemon? Could that be too much acid?
Well, it depends. It depends, and there is a balance, always a
Okay.
balance. And again, with all these foods, it's a balance. You just have to see how your body reacts to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What type of water are you recommending? It's good filtered water. What about spring water?
It just depends on where you're getting it from. But purified water, and I actually drink a water that's alkaline, so
Okay.
that it balances the pH in my body.
Okay.
and you know, the
Well,
gut
you're
health.
doing everything.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna see her. We'll be doing
I
everything.
do it all.
Let me ask you this, and this is just one of those things I heard.
Sure.
If you're not urinating every hour once,
Okay.
you're not drinking enough water. Could you go with that?
I
Have you
would
ever
go
heard
with that,
Have
and
you ever
also
heard
the
that?
color.
Oh my gosh, I'm surprised.
The color.
Really?
The color.
What color?
Well, you
What
want it.
color
You don't want it
really?
to be very. You don't want it to be very dark. You want
you
it to
want-
be somewhat light, but not perfectly clear.
And not cloudy.
No.
Okay,
No.
clear
No.
and not dark.
No.
Dark is bad.
Well, you're not getting enough water.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good
Yes. Yes.
indicator.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, that's great.
Good questions, Lana.
Now, we settled the exercise. Where are you when they come to? I know you're mostly about the food.
About the food, yes.
So, but what about exercise? Are we going to add some if we come to see you?
We do, definitely, because
Okay.
that is one of the keys to the whole program. And we're talking holistic. It's all, it's the whole
That's right.
body. And so we have to look at all these factors. I definitely encourage people to set goals. And we set goals, and we just figure out what is the best exercise for them and where they're going
Could
to
be
get
just
that.
walking.
It could be just
And
walking.
then maybe you want them to go faster
Yes.
or longer.
Yes. Yes.
And some,
Throughout the program, we're constantly saying, okay, where are you with your exercise? How many times have you exercised?
Okay, how long? And I guess it's different. This would be different for different people. How long typically does a client come? How many weeks would you say?
Well, a full program is 6 months.
Okay.
And why that is because most people need accountability. And and it takes a while just to get into this process and to learn all the information, because I'm giving them a ton of knowledge about what food does to your body and how it affects your body. But if they're not going through it step by step, then it won't be sustainable.
Okay.
Diets, we're all different. So diets are just not sustainable.
I agree.
Because you have to fit what foods are the best for your body and not for somebody else.
Now, when you graduate people, they've been there 6 months. You say, as far as I can take you, we've reached all of our goals. Now what? Are they on their own? Can they ever call back?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I'm also offering, starting in January, a detox program. So there's always a time that, and it's a seasonal. So we're doing a winter detox, but I'll do a spring and I'll do a fall, that kind of thing. So they'll come back for those types of things. Also, I also do where I'll go into their home and do a pantry purge. So I'll clean out help them clean out the foods that they don't need anymore. And then we also do store tours. So I'll take them to a store like a Whole Foods and walk them through, teach them about labels. So there's several things that they can do with Isaiah's Way Nutrition.
Okay, and then so you don't just cut them loose. They will
always stay in
be
touch.
touching base.
Yes.
And making sure that they, for that accountability.
Right. I have a monthly newsletter that I stay in touch with, and with my clients that I've graduated, I stay in touch with even more.
Oh, that's great. Now, vitamins, Linda, do we need them if we're getting everything we need?
Well, I
our
don't
food?
think we can always get everything we need from our food.
Okay,
The
so-
way that it is grown nowadays and the depletion of soils.
Okay.
So I do suggest supplements.
Okay.
But I suggest whole food supplements.
Okay,
That
now-
they are made from whole food. And that there's several, good products out there. But it just depends on, what we talk about and what their needs are.
Linda, we're almost out of time. In
Okay.
closing, have you got anything to tell our viewers that you'd like them to know?
Well, sure. Really, it's about eating real food. And you can really fuel and energize and also heal your body with good whole food nutrition. You can reach me at isaiahswaynutrition.com
Right.
or on Facebook at isaiahswaynutrition.com. And I also write a weekly blog. If you're interested in health tips, please come and visit my blog and my websites.
Linda, thank you for coming out and
Thank
being with us.
you.
Hasn't she just been great and
I've
giving us some
enjoyed
great
it.
tips? And don't feel that you can. It's up to you. You can change your life and have that vibrant lifestyle. I would so much rather be average income and feel great than wealthy and not feel good.
Amen.
Health is wealth, and we all know, if it isn't, it should be. And sometimes I'm astounded at how little attention we pay to that and then wonder, why am I so draggy? Why am I not feeling well? Well, she'll help you every step of the way. So
Exactly.
You've been listening to Linda Baier, health and wellness coach. Her information will follow, and as always, you be happy and keep smiling, and I'll see you soon.